Hi, my name is Sterud, and I'm an international business and logistics student here at Cal Maritime, and I'm from Antioch, California, which is about 30 minutes away. I found out about Cal Maritime through a Navy officer recruiter. I was looking to become an officer, and I was interested in the NROTC program, and I'm too old for it anyway. Or he asked me, well, where are you going to go to school? It needed to be a school that had the program. He said, you're going to go to Stanford, Berkeley, Cal Maritime, and I had never heard of Cal Maritime, so I was like, what's that? He said, oh, it's a school over there in Vallejo. So I went online and found that application closed in 2 days. And so I applied, and then I happened to be part of the second group ever to join Cal Maritime during the spring semester. So it was just me and 5 other people, so it kind of worked out interestingly. I was already in school when I got out of boot camp and A school. I just finished up my associate's degree in the fall, and so the fact that I was joining in spring, it was just the only time. If they didn't accept spring transfers, I wouldn't be here. It was just continuing on with the education where I'm at. This is a small school, and being that it has like small classes, like there's pros and cons to that. Like for instance, because of the small class sizes, you don't always have the most robust conversations. However, there is always time to ask plenty of questions if you're curious, and also you can get the individual attention you need if you have a concern. You can go to staff, and it seems like they always have time to help you out and solve whatever problem you have. So that is one of the nice things. It's not like you get lost in the system at this school. In every business setting, the systems aren't perfect. Anywhere you go, there's like, you can't make the perfect system. But because it's a small school, they're able to work with you with whatever issue you do have. If you're wise, you'll be private. You know, because if something happens, then everyone hears about it in an instant. There's plenty of events, plenty of stuff to do. I'm always looking for stuff to do, and there's always events going on here, which I like. I have an easy time making friends anywhere, but the fact that it's small, I constantly run into the people that I know. I like it, yeah. Most people, I think that they would sleep in and they wouldn't be awake at that time. So for the average individual, the fact that you have formation in the morning is probably beneficial because it gets them up out of bed. Now after that point, they can go back to bed, sure, but they're already awake, they already walked down a flight of stairs, and they're more likely to just go to the mess and get started with their day. So I think that for the average person, it's probably pretty beneficial. I keep a book in my pocket, so that way when I'm standing around waiting for formation to begin, I can get something productive out of it. They mostly announce things that you have in an email anyway. There's this area, I just found out about it the other day. It looks like the coolest area ever. It's full of couches, there's a TV, there's a Nintendo, but no one is ever in there, and I have no idea why. It's the Continued Education Science Center. It's over there, and Josie runs it, and it looks like the coolest room ever. But I don't know why no one's ever in there. There's a food pantry there, so that area is pretty cool. New massage chairs inside the library, and I was the first one to sit in them when they installed them. And then every time I go in there, someone's always in there, so it's like the students love it. Yeah, it's pretty great, especially if you use the second sitting down, then it tilts you way back, and yeah, that thing is pretty sweet. And then sometimes I go in the RZA, not often, but yeah, I love the library, so I go in there a lot. An area that I really like, an area that could be improved. The mess, or the cafeteria, as most people would call it. The staff there is super friendly. They're outstanding. They do a really good job. Like, they go above and beyond. They're kind, always in a good mood. I really like the people that run the mess. I would like to speak to the business students. I think the dean that they have here on staff is outstanding. His name's Dean Meyer, and I learn something every time I'm around him. I think that he's a businessman. He's not just an academic that just went from elementary, middle school, high school, university, and then is here teaching. He was out in the real world doing real stuff, right? So he has that experience that's really highly valuable, that sometimes people that only did school and then went straight into teaching don't have. So that's good because he's the dean, right? He's been here for about 3 years, and I think he's highly competent. I think that he does a good job. I don't know if I would compare it to like Stanford, but then again, at Stanford you don't have the opportunity to be a big fish in a small pond at Stanford, whereas you can be that here. You get to know everyone and be really probably more connected than you can in a school like Stanford. I don't know. I don't think that going to the best school in the world is necessarily the greatest indicator of success.